Hello, now I'm going to talk about the roles of minor female characters in a novel ceremony and how these characters can make the storyline more detailed and portray the identity of some major characters. For example, one character explains another character's life by having the same biography and the same as the character that is trying to be described. Like for example, Helen Jean, who portrays Laura, Tayo's mom's life. At the end of the novel, it is clear that the most of characters, including major and minor characters, are related to each other. Silko's style of writing is in the third-person point of view, so she tells the story from different point of view of the characters. This technique is useful to obtain the view points of the minor character. The protagonist of is Tayo, and each minor role plays important part in Tayo's journey throughout the entire novel. Now I'm going to talk about the Night Swan. Night Swan is a Mexican dancer who seduced Tayo until Tayo is very close to falling in love with her. In addition, Tayo's auntie feels that she brings bad fortune to the family. She spends the night with Tayo, like in page 99 says. In page 83 of the novel, it is clear that she wants to meet Tayo, that she has been waiting for him for a long time. She knows the motivation of these characters, of how she seduced Tayo with anything she got to make Tayo falls in love with her. Now I'm going to talk about Helen Jean. This character is from Toak. She lives there to find a job and help out her family. Silko portrays Helen Jean's characters as being motivated by money and builds her characters throughout her action. However, Helen Jean finds it difficult to find work and the only job she is able to get is cleaning a movie theater. Her boss expects sexual favors from her. For someone who can loan her money, goes to bars where she knows the Indians that hang out and invite her to drink. Her life is very similar to Tayo's mom, as she was influenced by the Western culture. She goes with a Mexican guy as Laura did. This literary technique is called story within story. She is a minor character that was only mentioned once. Even though she is a minor character, she was able to portray Laura's life. From the quote, so she left without seeing her little sisters, because she plans to come back on the bus every weekend to visit and to bring money to help them out. It is at the it is at this point where Helen Jean is never mentioned again about her life for the entire novel. Now I'm going to talk about the Mexican girl. The Mexican girl is the second powerful minor character in the story. Her appearance is of significance. She is a light skin with hazel eye, indicating a mixed blood. One time she was tied to a tree of Bethany's grandfather's distillery would not touch her and would send her home, but she told them she would not be accepted back, so he took her as wife. Otherwise, upset the tradition said can't touch. These things make her to move a different place every time. This jury, described, needed to work together to create ceremony to curve world of white. Mexican girl come to work with the daughter of Spaniard and the rude woman. When she saw others of I left her to die on trust and made rude woman leave the village. Like in in page 151, it says that the Mexican girl is the daughter of the rude woman. The day I was born, they saw the color of my eyes, and they took me from the village. Silko used the literary technique of realism to describe the Mexican girl. Grandma is the minor character who recognized the need of for Tayo to meet the medicine man. Grandma states that Boys need a medicine man, otherwise he will have to go away. Look at him, like in page 33 says. She is also mentioned later on as a person who does not care about gossip. And about Laura, Tayo's mom, she is a minor character who was the first generation of Native American Indians to experience a white run school. She loved white men and was caught between two cultures. She abandoned Tayo, and this was the crucial part to the story as Tayo was left with her family. Now I'm going to talk about the woman without name. The woman without names represents all women and embodies of all womanhood. The woman plays an important role that she is not given a name although she tells Tayo that he can call her Fe. The fact that she was not given a name is a symbolic because Silko used this woman to represent all of the women. Her relationship with Tayo is based on equality. He is also able to learn about from her. Like in the quote, he went with her to learn about the roots and the plants together in page 225. She initiates their meeting as she knew where he would be, indicating a strong woman. Although she fets a house style, she is not subservient woman. The relationship she has with Tayo is a mutual love for each other. Evidence suggests this can be found on page 227. The quote, the breaking and crushing were gone, and the love pushed inside the chest. And when he cried now, it was because she loved him so much. However, there is also an emotional element to this woman, and she talks about destruction and ceremony. They are all around now. Only a destruction is capable of arousing a sensation. This is a quote from page 229. She also fears white people and talks about the end of the world, the end of the story. This is indicated in the quote, doctors have medicine to quiet you. The other guy who brings gun. Kaya spends the summer with this significant woman, and before she goes, she asks Tayo to remember everything, page 135, and then leaves him. Leslie Marmon Silko used stereotyping to describe this no-name woman. Stereotyping is used because this woman is kind of appear quite often at the end of the novel, so people can portray about her character and behavior. Silko Silko's characterization of minor female characters is to build up through a combination of both actions and speech, and also physical descriptions, including reference to the Mexican girl with light eyes on dark face. As for the conclusion, Silko uses some literary techniques like point of view, realism, story within story, motivation, and characterization on the minor female characters in a novel in order to make the significance between the minor characters, major characters, and the storyline more into detail.